So when Ottawa-Gatineau was looking at the local experiment, they actually reached out to our F10 network, which is it's a similar mandate, but it's actually called the Young Professional Network within Ottawa-Gatineau, and I'm sure some of you are familiar with it. So we engage those under 35 who have an interest in associations, but we don't discriminate on age. If somebody is interested in the content, we're more than happy to have them there. We let them know, but we're more than happy to have them there, always welcoming. So we have a committee of 4 young professionals who are just incredible, and they came up with an idea to move forward with a mock board meeting. As most of you know, staff are not always invited into the board setting, and when you're trying to grow in the association market, you're always looking for new opportunities to be exposed to different experiences that you're going to actually have when you move into an executive type role. So they thought this was very important, and it went over so well. So we put together 3 scenarios, and we found a really amazing panel of 10 executives. One of them is sitting here right now. And they took on these scenarios and just brought them to life. We had 15 YPs in attendance, and again, the 10 executives, and the learning across the room was incredible. It wasn't just amongst the YPs. It was also the executives. The light bulbs were going off all across the table, and it was really interesting just to watch them just talk in layman's terms about things that are happening in their boardrooms, things that are important, things that need to change, and just different best practices that they're using that other executives on the panel might have used as well. The YPs were thrilled. They had direct access to a really excellent lineup of executives, as I said. So it was all around, it was a win-win situation. So what would we do next time? Well, based on the outcomes, everybody was very happy, everybody had a great time. We would probably simplify the scenarios a little bit just to let the discussions be a little bit more generic. But other than that, I think it was pretty great. It really worked out well. And again, the committee and the executives, they were just wonderful in keeping this all together. So it was a really, really great session.
Yeah, and young professionals made the scenario so complex that we needed a couple of calls before to make sure we're all on the same page. But it was a great experience. We enjoyed it.
I couldn't believe that we actually had all the executives. We wrangled 10 executives onto a teleconference. Like, it was just amazing, just to run through the scenarios. And yeah, the support was incredible.
Great. I'll turn to the panel. Leon?
So Christina, what other activities is the Ottawa-Gatineau YP network doing right now?
Yeah, so we like to combine networking and professional development. So even the networking events will actually normally have an education component as well, where we have a keynote come in to talk about best practices with networking so that everybody's a little bit more comfortable on the same playing field. We also have several different types of PD, and the committee, as I said, they're always working to develop new, interesting pieces that answer what the young professionals are looking for based on our survey results of the group.
Christina, any trends that you're seeing with the Young Professionals Network and the Ottawa-Gatineau chapter? Any lessons learned?
Yeah, absolutely. So accessibility with young professionals is so crucial. Making them low cost we do our best actually to ensure that there is no cost, because we don't want to have any barriers. We want to make sure that everybody can access the same information. So I would say that location is very important. Having it in a central location when we have our downtown events, they're so much more popular and there are so many more people there, which is great, because we always hear, oh, I really wish we could come, but just can't make that transportation work. We've even tried ride sharing programs and stuff, and that's working a little bit, but downtown is good. What else can I say about that? I think peer-to-peer learning as well has been really critical, giving the leadership opportunities within the actual committee and the network. So they'll step up to actually deliver content to the rest of the network as well.
So Christina, how would you suggest that others get started with this young professional network if they wanted to in their areas?
Yeah, so Ottawa-Gatineau, again, we have a dedicated staff resource. So, and it's really worked because the committee has shifted and changed, and while it's always been very strong, it's nice to have that institutional memory that just keeps pushing them forward. Ample budget to ensure that you can actually have the events at low cost or free in the best case scenario. And I would say as well that it's very critical to have young professionals embedded into your governance structure. And again, the Ottawa-Gatineau chapter has had an actual position on the board for somebody non-voting, but the YP chair has sat on the Ottawa-Gatineau chapter executive since the beginning 4 years ago.
great, thanks.
Are you finding you're able to get new people to come, or is it always the same people?
Yes, so we actually engage about 75 young professionals per year. We're constantly having different people come out to the events. It's been excellent. We definitely have a core group for sure, but I see new faces at every single event, and it's been great. It's been really, really wonderful. Again, reducing those barriers, making sure that anybody who has an interest in associations can show up and get the education.
Excellent.